At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Bushnell-Prairie City High School as it is time for varsity basketball here for the BPC Spartans and A-Town Tornadoes. Starting lineups. Number 0, Brooke Pieper. Alexa Hunter, one of the starters.
Starting at forward, number 24,
Sydney Emmerich.
Starting at guard, number 11,
Emma Gunther.
And starting at the other guard, number 15,
And Haley Redding, a familiar name to BPC folks.
Now please stand with your hands together as we meet your very own Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. Starting at one guard, number 24,
Elizabeth Suter, one of the starters.
number 33,
Kylie Norris, listed as a guard, but she'll play a lot of post for BPC.
center, number 35,
Jalen Sickles.
Starting at one forward, number 20,
Elizabeth Gilfillan.
And starting at the other forward, number 22,
Jill Miller,
The Spartans are coached by coach
the other starter.
Andy Rutherford and Bill Walker. This afternoon's officials are Brian Sullivan, John Carroll, and John Miller. Enjoy the game and please cheer responsibly.
Jaden Johnson going to run the balls off the court there. So we get ready to go. Pieper got the tip, but it went right to Kylie Norris, and BPC will have it. Elizabeth Suter on the shot off, no good. Gilfillan with the rebound and the putback.
2 points, Elizabeth Gilfillan.
Gilfillan gets the first 2 of the game. Alexis Hunter has it stolen away. Tipped by Gilfillan, picked up by Suter. Back the other way it goes. BPC looking to build on an early 2-0 lead here. Live chat's open. Hop in there and let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. We love to have the live chat being active. Had Courtney Oakman and Janet Lentini in there in a fresh soft game. Make sure to share this, like it, subscribe to our Hulett PubliPro LLC YouTube channel. Pass swiped away, on the ground it goes now. It finally is going to end up back in the hands of Jalen Sickles. And she missed the shot. Back the other way it goes with Haley Redding. Redding wanted to get to Alexis Hunter. She does, and Hunter gets the bucket to fall. Alexa Hunter gets the bucket. And we're knotted at 2 apiece. But share this on, share the link to this YouTube channel and this game particularly on any of your favorite social media apps, whether that be, and a nice block by Pieper there. Back the other way it goes. Pieper, Gunther for three, off no good. Jill Miller with the rebound. Should bring it back the other direction. 6-minute quarters in the fresh soft game, but these are the normal 8-minute quarters here in varsity. Trying to go down low to Norris, knocked away, picked up by Gunther, across to Pieper. Pieper's going to have it swiped away. Redding's going to come up with it. She'll put up the jumper. It's good. Haley Redding gets her first two of the night. Back the other way it goes in a hurry. Alexa Hunter going to get the layup off, no good. Suter grabbed the rebound and then had her momentum, took her out of bounds. Redding and Gunther, both sophomores for A-Town. Pieper. She's going to be fouled. BPC is going to pick up their first team foul. It's going to be on Elizabeth Suter, her first, team's first. 5:36 to go here in quarter number one. Inbounded. Emmerich misses the shot and knocks it off of Sickles out of bounds. Possession to A-Town. Pieper. And she's going to be called for the travel. Emmerich's going to pick up the foul, her first. Team's first. $5:25 to go in the first quarter. And a turnover, outlet Alexa Hunter, who goes to Emmerich, and Emmerich shots up and in. Nice transition basket for the Tornadoes. Haley Emmerich gets her first two. They have 6, and all by different players. And a foul is going to be called. It's either going to be on Emmerich or Pieper. We'll see. Going to call it on Emmerich. It'll be her second. Team second. 2 free throws for Kylie Norris. First one's well off the mark. Gets one more here. That one rattles in and out as well. Gunther goes to Ford, who's in the game. Going to stay with BPC as Emmerich took a seat. Jill Miller checking back in, replacing Kylie Norris now. Sierra Shannon is in as well. Redding, baseline jumper, off no good. Ford, or Miller got the rebound, excuse me. Back the other way it goes. Three on the way, Elizabeth Suter. Saved in by Miller, right to Alexa Hunter. Pieper, baseball pass down to Gunther. Gunther, the left-handed layup, is good. 8 points now scored by 4 different players and then Gunther, pull-up jumper from about 14 feet's good, and she breaks that string. 10-2. Sickles shots hard off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Redding. Gunther pushes it back the other way. She gives it to Piper, wraps it around to Hunter. Timeout charged to the Tornadoes. Coach Dugan over there about lost his mind with Brooke Pieper when she wouldn't shoot that. She tried to make a nice pass. It was a nice pass. I mean, it was to a wide open player, but Hunter was not looking for it. So it's out of bounds. Possession to BPC. Timeout charged to the Tornadoes. That's their first timeout. Game being brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. They offer the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time live broadcasts live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. Also, Raritan State Bank, Bushnell branch, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offers full-service banking and loan services. For all your banking needs, come visit the bank of friendly service or call them at 309-772-2345. Good luck, Spartans. Raritan State Bank, Bushnell branch, is an equal housing lender. Remember, FDIC. And full court press coming from A-Town here. Long inbound pass taken away. Down to Gunther, and she's going to get another easy bucket. She's got 6. It's 12-2. Another steal. Alexa Hunter comes up with it this time. She's going to get a layup back the other way. She's got 4. Pieper's going to take a seat. Groman checking in for her. Taylor Ford going to pick up the foul. Her first. Team's third.
Number 14, Taylor Ford with the foul. Her first, team's third.
And she's going to pick up her second one just that quick.
Taylor Ford with the foul. Her second, team's fourth.
Avery Stiegel going to check in, replacing Ford, I would imagine. Gilfillan tries to get it down to Norris. Hunter with a baseball pass after the steal. Gunther a little lackadaisical with the layup, and she missed it. Haley Redding's going to pick up her first foul. Team's 5th. Baseball pass into Jill Miller. She's going to get the layup up and in. First basket since BPC led 2-0. Sickles with the steal. Gilfillan with it. Haley Redding, jumper from about 15 feet off, no good. Rebound picked up by Gilfillan, outlet to Suter, and back the other way it comes now. Her pass is taken away. Gunther, left-handed layup is good. She's got 8. Timeout on the floor. Charge to BPC. It's a full timeout. We'll take one as well, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
Welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School. 16-4 the score. 2 minutes to go exactly here in the first quarter. BPC trails A-Town. Once again, if you're here, let us know you're watching. Join the live chat. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Back into a zone now for A-Town. And the steal from the zone as Emma Gunther comes up with it, and she goes back the other direction. Emmerich back in the game with 2 fouls. Pieper back in. Gunther, the hot hand, tries the 3. It's off, no good. Emmerich with the rebound. Gunther was trying to get the pass to Pieper, but she was pushed out of the way by Norris. Norris is going to pick up the foul, her first, team second. Inbounded by Pieper now. Up top, Stiegel. Ball rolls through to Groman. And she tries to get it across to Avery Stiegel, but it goes off her feet out of bounds. Avery Stiegel kind of forced that one in. Or Hunter, excuse me, kind of forced that one into Brooke Pieper. Sickles, Miller. Pieper to Emmerich. Gunther, again, a little bit of a forced pass. Results in another turnover. 55 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Miller's shot off, no good. She's going to get 2 free throws. Fouls on number 11, Emma Gunther. Her first, team 6th. Jill Miller's shooting 2. She's got 2 points. Make it 3. Sierra Shannon and Abby Nelson checking in for BPC. Gilfillan and Suter taking a seat. Second one is nothing but the bottom of the net. (16-6). Gunther on the dribble. Comes to Pieper. Emmerich, down low Groman, out to Gunther. 3 seconds in the lane. Abby Nelson on the dribble. Comes to Sarah Shannon. Now Avery Stiegel is going to pick up the foul. Her first, team 7th. 1 in bonus coming for Jalen Sickles. Spartans will be in bonus the entire second quarter. Misses the front end. Pieper. Foul charge to BPC. Kylie Norris picks up her second, team's 3rd. Gunther to inbound with 7.1 seconds remaining. Up to Pieper. Pieper wings it way too hard from that far away to Stiegel. And it goes off of her out of bounds. Possession of BPC with exactly 4.0 seconds remaining. Haley Redding checking in. Emmerich coming out. Shannon to Norris. Puts the shot up and in. Kylie Norris gets her first 2 points of the night. At the end of the first quarter, BPC trails 16-8. We'll take a break and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We're now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
Welcome back. Second quarter action getting ready to start here. BPC will have the basketball. Abby Nelson put up the shot and in. Just as was the case in the first quarter, BPC gets the first bucket. Pieper with the shot. Sickles is going to pick up the foul, I do believe. Fouls on Sickles, her first, team's fourth. Pieper's going to be shooting the first free throws of the game for either team. First one's good. Gilfillan and Suter back in. Nelson and Shannon take a seat. Marlene Nelson's watching. Pieper hits them both. Steal by Gunther, and she missed another right-handed layup. Gilfillan misses a shot. Again, saved in. This time Hunter with it. She's going to go down to Gunther. Redding. Ford. Hunter for three, right corner. Good. She's got 7 points. Suter gives it to Norris. Gilfillan, jumper over Pieper, short. I think Gunther pushed Norris. Emma Gunther picks up her second. Team's 8th. One in bonus coming for Kylie Norris. First one's off, no good. Nice ball movement, and Pieper can't finish. Jump ball, possession will go to A-Town. Sierra Shannon checking in for BPC. Hunter with it. She's going to drive, go to Redding. Redding shot, good. Haley Redding has 4. Suter's going to get called for the foul for BPC, her second, team's fifth.
Elizabeth Suter with the foul, her second, team's fifth.
Jump ball, possession BPC. Second quarter action, 5:39 remaining. Gunther to Redding on the steal, and Redding gets two more. Baseline jumper by Gilfillan's good. Hunter's shot off, no good, and Ford is going to pick up her third foul. She just can't be in the game without picking up fouls. Not necessarily big fouls, just unfortunate for her. She's just a foul magnet today, and most of them called by the same official. One and bonus coming for Sierra Shannon. Little shooter's touch on that one, and it falls. She'll get the bonus. Gunther to Pieper to Emmerich. Kicked out of bounds by Gilfillan. Norris checking back in for BPC, replacing Sickles. Pieper gets the bucket. Her first 2-point bucket, fourth point. Sierra Shannon to Norris. Jump ball, possession to A-Town. Redding for three, top of the key. It's short. Rebound to Suter. 4:25 remaining. Gilfillan jumper off, no good. Rebound to Hunter. Gilfillan steals it right back though. She gives it to Norris. Norris falls. Picked up by Emmerich. Given to Redding. Back the other way it goes. She dumps it out to Hunter. Hunter for three, right wing. Good. Her second three of the quarter. BPC foul. Charged to number 33, Kylie Norris. Her third. Team sixth. Abby Nelson's going to replace Kylie Norris. Redding for three. She nails it.
Haley Redding for three.
20-point lead, largest of the game for the Tornadoes. Gilfillan, Nelson. Off of Pieper, out of bounds. 3:17 remaining in the first half. Miller on the inbound. Her shot will fall. Miller has 6 points. Pieper puts the shot up and in. 6 points for her, all here in the second quarter. Pieper's going to pick up the foul, her first, team's 10th. 2 free throws coming for Elizabeth Suter. Suter's not scored yet. She has now. Sickles replacing Shannon. Studer missed that one badly and knew she missed it and chased it as soon as she let loose of it and crossed the line too early, so it's a lane violation. Redding for 3, off no good. Suter with it. Skips it over to Gilfillan. She was going down to Ford. Picked away by Redding. 2:21 remaining. Hunter. Shots off, no good. Sickles, I believe, will get the foul. Nope. Gilfillan gets the foul. Her first. Team 7th. 2 free throws coming for Alexa Hunter. First one's off, no good. Second one rattles around with a little bit of shooter's touch, and it falls in. She hits 1 of 2. Suter drives the length of the floor and gets the bucket. 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Emmerich has it swiped away. Redding comes up with it. She goes across the lane to Pieper. Pieper shot up, counted, and a foul for Brooke Pieper. She'll get an old-fashioned three-point play attempt. Fouls on Gilfillan again. Her second. Team's 8th. Pieper hits the free throw. Nelson going to try a 3 right wing. Long. Pieper with the rebound. She outlets it to Gunther. Gunther across to Hunter. Her shot's off, no good. Rebound to Suter. 1:30 remaining. Shot's blocked. Back the other way it comes on the hand of Gunther. Gunther hits the 3. She's got 11. Suter for 3. It's long. Pieper tracks it down. Her pass is knocked away. Suter steals it. I'm not sure who's going to get the foul, whether it's 11 or 0. It's going to be Gunther, her third. Team's 11th. Suter to shoot 2 free throws. First one's good. Avery Stiegel checking back in for A-Town. 52.8 seconds remaining. Suter gets her own rebound after it was tipped around a little bit. Be BPC basketball as we approach 45 seconds remaining. Three on the way by Miller, off no good. Pieper with the rebound. 33 seconds remaining. Redding for three, left corner, off no good. Hunter with the rebound. She's going to put it up. It's off no good. Pieper goes to get it. She puts it up. It's off no good. Hunter with the rebound. It's off no good, but she's fouled with 19.1 seconds remaining. Jill Miller's going to pick up the foul, her first, team's ninth. 2 free throws coming for Alexa Hunter. She hit one of her last two, and it was the second one. Suter leaves. Shannon comes in. Second free throw's good, just like last time. 43-19, 24-point lead. Sickles for three. Redding leaves it for Pieper, who wasn't looking for it. On the floor it goes. That's the end of the first half of play. The score, 43-22, 21-point lead for the Tornadoes. We'll take a break, come back with some stats in just a second on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I chose MDH. We moved here, and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC, have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I see acute injuries on the field. I see ankle sprains. I see ACL knee injuries, as well as in the clinic. It's very rewarding to see them from on the field injury to rehab to transition back to their event.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
Welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School at the half. BPC trails A-Town 43-22. Halftime scoring. Game high 12 points at the half for Alexa Hunter. She's also 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 11 points for Emma Gunther. 9 points for Brooke Pieper, all in the second quarter. She's also 3 of 3 from the charity stripe. 9 points for Haley Redding. And 2 points for Sydney Emmerich. For BPC, 4 points for Elizabeth Gilfillan, 6 points for Jill Miller, including 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Sierra Shannon, 1 point, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Elizabeth Suter, 4 points, including 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Abby Nelson, 2 points. Kylie Norris, 2 points and 0 of 3 from the free throw line. And Jalen Sickles, 3 points, 0 of 1 from the free throw line. The Tornadoes 5 of 7 from the charity stripe. BPC 5 of 12. We'll take a break, and we'll be back for the second half in just a few moments.
All right, welcome back. We're here now with Wanda Foster, the Vice President of Nursing and Clinical Administration. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Well, what we're going to talk about today is some of the opportunities that are available at MDH for students, whether they be high school students, Spoon River College students, or Western students. MDH has a lot of opportunities to be involved and to learn, right?
We absolutely do. And we look so forward to having students here. We are a clinical site for Western Illinois University and their bachelor's program for nursing, as well as for Spoon River College nursing students and others that are doing some independent study. We welcome students, and we also encourage high school students. If you would like to learn more about nursing, we would love to meet with you. And there are opportunities at the hospital also where they can apply for jobs here, for positions. So we work closely with our nursing students, and we hope to recruit them and attract them and want to come back.
I know that publicly there's been a shortcoming or a shortage of nurses, right? And I know that every hospital and every nursing home and every clinical place period is searching for nurses. So how important is it for MDH to have these groups work with them, whether it be MDH or be Spoon River College or whatever the case may be? How important is it for MDH to then recruit those nurses to stay here and work as a profession?
It's very important. We want nursing students to feel very comfortable here, to enjoy their clinical experience and their opportunities here. And then we want them to feel very comfortable, to give them a good orientation. We hire new graduates, of course, into our acute care area as well as the intensive care unit. We hire new graduates in the emergency room, in home health and hospice, in our OB department, and our surgery department. These are all areas that new graduates can come into. We certainly give them a robust orientation. No one starts on their own until they feel completely ready. They have a mentor certainly with them, and we want to give them the best start for success that we can. And then there are many areas of specialty they can choose to go into. Nursing is a very unique field. You can work full-time, you can work part-time if you need to take time off for some reason. It's a field that you can kind of step into a little bit more than maybe some other fields in healthcare. We also have scholarships available through our auxiliary, through the hospital, and then once someone is an employee here, we do have some tuition reimbursement. So we will certainly help with that.
And going back to the scholarships and the shortages that are across the board, not necessarily at MDH, but
everywhere.
Right? So everywhere. This is a profession that you can make a good living at and be pretty sure to have a job, right? So
absolutely.
This is a profession that high schoolers that are playing these sporting events or high schoolers that are watching these sporting events should consider, I would imagine.
Yes, very much so. You will always be assured to have a job, a career in nursing. I hate to call it just a job because you really want someone on that career path who has that passion for caring for people, for providing nursing care. Through your education and through your orientation, we can teach you your skill set. But if you have that passion and the desire to be in the nursing profession, you will do fine.
Yeah, a career and a job, while they might be listed as the same thing, they're really not, correct? I mean, if your career is being a nurse, you're probably going to enjoy it a lot more than if it's a job, right?
That's right. And you don't go into it first and foremost for the money. You go into it because that's what you want to do with your life, and the money certainly will follow.
Yeah, and that goes for anything probably,
yes.
But the nice thing is right now, whether the money's good or bad, there's always going to be a job.
There will.
If you can get through the schooling and you can learn to love what you're doing, there's always going to be a job for you, right?
And it's not something for high school graduates exclusively. We have many people who have made changes midlife. We have people who have retired from their career in one thing and have chosen to go into nursing. So it's open for any age, and we certainly welcome that.
And you mentioned there's different areas of expertise for nurses. People think of that for doctors, but it's really that same way for nurses, right? I mean, you can be a surgical nurse and really become a great surgical nurse, or you can become a great ICU nurse, or you can do all those things.
Yes.
But if you really want to focus on something or be at OB, which you guys have a great OB department here, if that's what you want your focus to be and you really love working with expected and new mothers and young babies, you can do that, right?
You can do that. We also have positions in our MDH physician clinic practices as well. And if you are in nursing and you can choose to specialize in a certain department, you can choose to go on and be a director or a clinical care coordinator. You can go back to school and become a nurse practitioner, become a certified registered nurse anesthetist. You can go many different directions and really as high as to whatever extent in your education you would like to pursue.
Well, Wanda, thanks for coming and talking to us. We greatly appreciate it. I know that there's probably places, specific places within MDH that they can reach out to, correct? Is there somewhere that they need to call if they're interested?
I would call
in
our human resource department and start there, and then they can help direct and guide you. They can tell you about openings that we currently have. All of our current positions are listed on our MDH website, www.mdh.org. But certainly any positions for high school students, if they would like to start somewhere within the organization or volunteer experience, reach out to Human Resources and they can help direct you.
Well, again, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
And welcome back. Having a little fun with the officials there. Asking Brian Sullivan if he wanted to come up and do this with me tonight, and I'll go down and referee, but then I said I'd have to stay at one end of the floor because I wouldn't be able to run back and forth. So they decided that maybe that wasn't the best of plans. Third quarter action underway. BPC with the basketball to start the third quarter. Suter, Sickles, Norris, who sat most of that second quarter with 3 fouls. Miller. Redding's going to pick up the foul on the trip. Inadvertent, but inadvertent or not, it was unfortunately a trip. First foul of the game, of the half for the Tornadoes. Second foul for Redding. Gunther with the steal. Redding has it. Norris rips it away. Norris is blocked by Redding. Norris is all over Pieper. Redding now is going to throw up a shot, kind of ill-advised, I think. Heat of the moment kind of shot right there, I do believe. Sickles to Norris. Pieper swipes it away. Gunther outlets to Hunter. Hunter, shot up and in. Alexis Hunter has 14. Alexa Hunter has 14. It's 45-22. Gofellen to Norris to Sickles. Sickles gets her fifth point. Gofellen, with her long arms, gets it out of bounds, but it stays with the Tornadoes. Pieper puts the shot up. It's off, no good. Tipped around. She saves it into Redding for 3. It's short. Suter comes up with it, running back the other direction. Redding tries to cut her off. Alters her shot enough that she misses it. Hunter to Pieper. Pieper, hesitation dribble, goes to the lane, dumps it out to Hunter. Hunter for a long 2. It's short. She might have been fouled a little. Norris got the rebound, and it goes to Suter. 5:51 remaining. Hunter tips it away, but can't save it inbounds. Going to be possession to BPC. Emmerich checks in, replacing Redding. Gilfillan to Miller. Suter. Miller. 16-foot jumper off no good. Norris with the rebound. She missed as it was blocked by Emmerich. Gunther now runs it back the other direction. Emmerich. Ford, who's back in the game. Emmerich. Gilfillan swipes it away. And Pieper knocks it away from Norris. It'll be BPC basketball. Sierra Shannon replacing Kylie Norris. Down to Sierra Shannon. It's knocked away by Pieper. Ford gave it to Pieper and then back to Gunther, and she walks it up. Left side, Ford. Down the corner, Emmerich. She's going to try a three left corner. It's long. Picked up off the floor by Gilfillan, and it'll go back the other way. 4:55 remaining in the third quarter. Ball rolls out to Suter. Sierra Shannon, three. Good. Hunter to Pieper. Pieper gets too far under before she put the shot up. Gilfillan pushes it back the other way with 4:16 to go, excuse me. Three on the way. Suter off no good. Emmerich with the rebound. Pieper now walk it up. 4:10 to go. Pieper down low. Her shot's good from Emmerich. She's in double figures with 11. Shot by Miller blocked. Shannon gets the ball off the ground and puts the shot up and in. Sierra Shannon has 5 in the quarter. Timeout on the floor. Charged to A-Town. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. This game being brought to you by Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell. For over 100 years, Farmers and Merchant State Bank has been serving the local community's needs for personal and business banking as well as home and agricultural lending. They also have a trust department. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street or their drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. F&M is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. And M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles. For everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one, stop and see the fine folks at 41 West Main Street or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at www.mbfurnitureinc.com. You can also call 309-772-2111. Still third quarter here, 3:17 remaining. Avery Stiegel, who's back in the game, has it. She's going to drive. Has it swiped away, knocked away on the floor, jump ball. Possession stays with A-Town. Hunter with it on the inbound. Groman with the bucket. Her first points. Back the other way in a hurry. (49-29). Sickles. Shot off, no good. Norris with the rebound. Count it, and a foul on the putback. Groman picks up the foul, her first, team's first. Miller checks in, Pieper checks back in. Kylie Norris gets her 4th point. An old-fashioned 3-point play attempt here. And she hits it. Groman gets another bucket. Back the other way, Kylie Norris. Layup is good. Pieper gets fouled by Elizabeth Suter, I do believe. Foul beyond the baseline. It is on Suter, her third. Team's third. Second, excuse me. Timeout to A-Town. They have 2. BPC still has 4. It's a full timeout. Game being brought to you by Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking. They can take your product down the road near or far and also offer top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. The third-generation business now continues to grow and continues to support BPC Athletics. Stop by and see Danny, Travis, or Johnny on Route 41 South Prairie City. Call them 309-775-3333. And Medina District Hospital Athletic Trainers and Rehabilitation Center, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, provide expert help to Spartan student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. Medina District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. 1:33 to go in the third quarter. BPC trails A-Town 51-34. Sierra Shannon with it. Throws it hard off Gilfillan, who Miller with the jumper. BPC has cut it to a 15-point game. It was 24. They're on a 9-0 run, and there's another miss, and BPC that time Miller turns it over. Down low, Groman. Groman's pass knocked out of bounds by Gillenfillan with 32.5 seconds remaining. Pieper, pump fake, goes down to Gunther. No, it was Gunther. Her pass is stolen away. 24 seconds remaining. Sierra Shannon for 3, and she nailed it. She's got 8 in the quarter. BPC has closed it to 12. Haley Redding stops that finally. It was a 12-0 run, or 13-0 run. No, it would be 12. 12-0 run for the BPC Spartans, but finally ended by Haley Redding right at the buzzer. We'll head to the fourth quarter, 53-39. Tornadoes lead BPC. We'll take a break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
And welcome back here, 53-39. Tornadoes actually have 2 fouls. We'll correct that here. They have 2 timeouts remaining. BPC has 4, and BPC gets the ball to start the fourth quarter. 24 points is the biggest lead, but it's only 14 right now as BPC had a good third quarter. Miller goes down and puts it up and in. BPC is finding a little confidence here, and the Tornadoes not responding very well to it. Emmerich baseline jumper short, rebound to Abby Nelson, and BPC take it back the other way. A chance if they'd hit a 3 to make it a single-digit lead for the Tornadoes. Miller, Gilfillan, right wing, or right base corner actually, on the dribble now. She goes right side to Miller. Sierra Shannon for 3. It's off, no good. It's going to be off of Norris, out of bounds, possession to the Tornadoes. Gunther brings it up. Shots off, no good. Miller with the rebound. Pieper with a block from behind, and I think Kylie Norris is going to pick up her 4th foul. Team second. Still a 12-point game, 53-41. Sickles is going to come in replacing Nelson. Into Gunther. Gunther back out Pieper. Pieper looks at the 3, doesn't take it. She's going to try and drive. She's traveled with it. She did. She stepped through and then brought the other foot through. BPC another chance to cut it to a single-digit lead here, or to 10. Miller, hard off the glass, no good. Norris knocks it away, saves it, goes through her legs, picked up by Gilfillan. Sickles. Miller, excuse me. Back to Sickles. Redding, outlets to Gunther. Gunther now a left-handed layup, off, no good. Shannon with the rebound, and she's going to get called for the travel. 5:40 remaining in the basketball game. Still 53-41. Blocking foul, possibly Gilfillan, we'll see. I've been wrong so many times today. Nope. That's Kylie Norris. She's going to pick up her 5th. Suter replaces her. Pieper misses the first free throw. Second one is good. First point of the quarter for A-Town. Miller fouled her, but she kind of hooked her up and took her down, but I don't think she really meant to hook her up.
Fouls on 22. First, second. Fouls 4.
I think a whole bunch of people getting kicked out up there. And a whole bunch of people in the top row of the bleachers getting thrown out. He couldn't tell which one it was, so he just kicked them all out. Three on the way by Hunter. Haley Redding called for the foul. Her third, team's third. Pieper is going to get called for the foul as she reached in. Took a swipe. Her second, team's fourth. Miller shot off, no good. Hunter with the rebound. Pieper's basket is good. Sierra Shannon, pull up, shot off, no good. Pieper with it after Redding got the rebound. Miller with the steal. Hunter with the steal. Now back down to Pieper. Pieper's going to dump it out to Emmerich for three. It's hard off the glass, no good. Going to go off of A-Town out of bounds. 3:51 remaining. Presley Brandt, Abby Nelson, Katie English, and Jaden Johnson checking in for BPC. Pass down low from Nelson to English, stolen away. Back the other way it goes. Gunther stops, and she's going to get called for the travel. And a foul is going to be called. That might be on Taylor Ford. Taylor Ford's going to pick up her fourth foul. Team's fifth. Nelson with it, 3:10 remaining. Jaden Johnson missed the shot. Redding from Gunther. The layup's good. .250 remaining, and Presley Brandt gets called for the travel. Redding takes baseline and gets the bucket to fall. (60-41). And Hunter with the steal. Redding, baseline jumper off, no good. Sierra Shannon with the rebound. Jump ball. Possession to A-Town. Emmerich checking back in for A-Town. (62-41). English to Shannon, to Brandt, down to English. Her shot's good. Katie English gets the bucket for BPC. 1:50 remaining. Subs coming in for A-Town. Groman, Teal, Stiegel, Pompeo, and Kern. I think it is Kern. Had to wait for the hair to get turned around. Jaden Johnson saves it in, and then it rolls out of bounds the other way. Stays with the Tornadoes. Baseline jumper, good for Sydney Teal. Abby Nelson. Kern, cross to Teal, to Groman, off no good. Johnson with the rebound. 50 seconds remaining, and Avery Stiegel is going to pick up the foul. Coach Dugan, stop fouling. Pass knocked away by Groman, picked up by Pompeo, back the other way. And Kern loses the ball out of bounds. Possession back to BPC. Nelson walks it up. 25 seconds remaining. Nelson throws it up there again. It's off no good. Rebound to Pompeo. Pompeo back the other way. She's going to try and take it the whole way, and then she's going to lose it. 10 seconds. Presley Brandt with it. She's going to go back the other way. Puts a shot up. Doesn't go down, but Kern's going to be called for the foul. Presley Brandt is going to be shooting one or two free throws here. 6.9 seconds remaining. Brandt hits the first. Second one short off the front of the rim. Back the other way it goes. Sydney Teal with it. And that's the end of the game. Final score, 64-46. BPC, or excuse me, A-Town wins. BPC falls short. We'll be back in a few minutes with some stats here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
Welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School. Looking at the leading scores for both teams. A game high 15 points for Haley Redding. 14 for Brooke Pieper. She was 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Alexa Hunter had 14 as well. She was 3 of 4 from the free throw line. The team finished 7 of 9 from the charity stripe. Also scoring 11 points for Emma Gunther, all in the first half, 8 of them in the first quarter, in fact. 4 points for Sydney Emmerich, 2 points for McKay Gorman, and 2 points for Sydney Teal. For BPC, a lot more people scored, but nobody in double figures. 9 points to lead the way for Sierra Shannon. She was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 8 points for Jill Miller. She was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 7 points for Kylie Norris, who was 1 of 4 from the free throw line. 1 point for Presley Brandt on 1 of 2 free throw shooting. 4 points for Elizabeth Gilfillan. 4 points for Elizabeth Suter. She was 2 of 4 from the free throw line. 4 points for Abby Nelson. 2 points for Katie English. And 5 points for Jalen Sickles, who was 0 of 1 from the free throw line. So the Spartans finished 7 of 17 from the charity stripe, while the Tornadoes finished 7 of 9 from the charity stripe. We'll take another break, and we'll have Coach Swartz, and maybe we can catch Coach Dugan as well here on the postgame show. We'll be right back.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
And welcome back, Bushnell-Prairie City High School, 64-46. Coach Dugan on the headset from A-Town. And, well, Coach, we do a lot of the games up in A-Town, but we don't get a chance to talk to you, I don't think, a whole lot. So thanks for – I just yelled at you across the gym, so I apologize for not getting down to asking you before. You guys had a 24-point lead in the third quarter. BPC, I mean, you guys expect to win this game. I think everybody expects you to win. BPC didn't go away, though, did they?
No, they didn't, and give compliments to them. I wanted us to run offense, and we're struggling at that aspect of the game right now. We're really having a tough time deciding on when to go transition and when to go and run our offense. And that's really the objective. I said at halftime I want to run more offense. I felt like we could get in transition easily like we did in the first half. I probably put the brakes on too quick, but I really wanted to get some practice time in the third quarter on just running our offense, and we never really established that, unfortunately. So that was probably on me a little bit, that I just took us out of our flow of what we were doing. But I wanted to get something established on the offensive side and run our sets, run our offense, and get the ball in the hands of number 0, and then we need to know how to react out of that.
Well, you know, and when you're up by 20 points or 24 points, you could say I put the brakes on a little early, but you're still early enough in the season and heading towards the parts of the season that really mean the most, right? Even games are coaching situations, right?
Absolutely. And that's not just for it's for the 5 that are on the court, but also on the bench. I'm trying to say, hey, listen, this is where we got poor spacing. This is where we got good space. Not only point out the minuses, but also point out the pluses and try to just figure this out from the bench side and use this more as a practice time, as I said before. But, there was a time or two tonight where we just couldn't get into our flow, especially in that third and fourth quarter. A lot of it had to do with what Bushnell was doing, but also we were just getting in our own way a lot of times with a lack of balance on the court.
Well, and people wonder if you score a lot of points easily, they think, well, your offense is pretty good. There is a distinct difference, right? And just because you can run doesn't mean your half-court set's going to be very good.
Right, absolutely. And again, we've been able to beat teams down the court, obviously getting it off the bank board and getting it to our outlets. And we did a nice job of that in the first 2 quarters tonight, and then we got in foul trouble, and then we had to that kind of blew the rhythm out of the game a little bit, I think, when we had to start subbing periodically just to keep everybody out of foul trouble. But I think that kind of stalemated us a smidge, and then the second half I just wanted to run more offense, and when we didn't do that, I think it became a frustration not only with me, but also I saw girls on the team that got a little frustrated just because they know what they need to do and they just weren't doing it.
Yeah, it's sometimes things are easier said than done, but you've got some good players. I mean, and the nice thing is you have to feel pretty happy about the fact you got a mix of some experience with, Hunter and Pieper and Emmerich, and then you've got Gunther and Redding and those girls coming off the bench or starting too that are younger players. I mean, it's a pretty good mix for you right now, and it really sets the program up well, doesn't it?
It sure does. I mean, you keep looking at it. The senior class always shows the leadership, and it passes it on to the next group. We're lacking. We have one junior, and she's hurt and probably out the rest of the season with her injury with a automobile accident, unfortunately. But we still can lead that with that next group, and that happens to be the sophomore group with Ford, Gunther, and Haley Redding. And just getting them to understand sometimes what a good shot is and a bad shot is, especially at that inexperienced age as a sophomore. We're starting to develop there a little bit. I want them to see it more and react to it a little bit better than what we're doing at the present time.
Well, there's not most teams can't say that there's no better way to get that experience for a good player than in the game, but I feel like for you guys, it really is working well. I mean, you can do that right, and you can survive with that because you do have that older group to kind of help you along if things struggle a little bit for the younger kids. But those younger kids are good enough to play right now.
Yeah, and Emma Gunther's done a great job the last 2 or 3 games. She got in foul trouble last night, but she's done a great job of leading this team and asking that of a sophomore at point guard to do some of those things. She's just not as comfortable with it as if she was with her own group and leading that group versus leading maybe a couple seniors out there that are going, hey, we're going to listen to you, Emma, because Coach says we have to. She needs to understand that and take that next step forward, which she's starting to do, and I'm starting to see that develop in the last month and a half of her getting into that kind of that new role as a varsity member. But the others are taking shape as well. It just seems like there's some inconsistencies, and I think that'll work itself out as the season goes along.
You guys, we didn't talk to you after Saturday's game, and I know that's one you don't probably want to talk about too much, but this looked like the different team. Macomb has been playing pretty well, and they've kind of hit their stride a little bit. You guys, this team shows up Saturday, and that's a different game, I think.
I think you're right. I really do, and I think that we stay in what we were doing early. We stay in that a little bit longer as well. I felt like Macomb shot it pretty well in the first half, and we stayed in a cry distance of them, and then the second half it just kind of went to hell in a handbasket, excuse my phrase there, but it just didn't go as well, and a little bit of a debacle, and we couldn't get in our stuff the way we wanted to, and that's why I reacted the way I did tonight. I felt like we needed to do some more practice stuff and getting into our sets and getting into our offense a little bit better, not just from the transition point of things, but actually just doing a set and saying, okay, you go here, you go there, and react to what the defense is giving us.
That's part of coaching when you see something in one game, and you haven't had a ton of practices since
No,
then,
we
right?
haven't.
So you sometimes at this point in the season, you almost have to practice in games a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, and that's the truth, especially with what we've had going on with sickness and injuries. We just kind of had it all come together. We're getting it out of the way, I guess, is marking that box. But the plus side of things, I really feel like in the essence of the word, we're rebounding to getting to be a better team. And I look forward next week with 4 games in 4 days at the Beaterstown tournament. We'll make that next step, and then that'll propel us into the new year and into more conference play.
And then you have a day or two between most of those games, and you can work on some stuff.
Yeah, and there's some stuff where I'm writing it down, that stuff we need to work on as we go. And like you said, in game situational stuff, there's stuff we're not reacting to as well as I would like, and I know that they know some of this stuff. It's just kind of pointing it out on maybe film study and as well just in a live situation in practice and say, hey, let's stop for a second, see what we have, what's option A, what's option B. Because once we get the basketball, you should know what option A is and what option B is before you even touch the basketball. I think we're kind of catching it and then reacting to the play.
Right.
And then by that time it's way too late, or we're dribbling when we shouldn't dribble. Those kind of things we just need to clean up. And by this time in the year we should be past that. But since we had about a 2 weeks sickness and injury and just having trouble figuring out the substitution patterns with who was going to play where, when, why, we've kind of struggled through that, but we got that out of the way now, so we can kind of, like I said, make the next step forward.
All right, Coach. Good luck next week.
Hey,
I appreciate you coming up and talk to us.
You guys
we'll
have
talk
a great
to you later.
holiday.
You do the same. We'll see if we can get Coach Swarz to come over here and talk with us now. He's down there talking to Coach Rotifer and Sean Link. I believe that's who that is down there. As we'll get. We got his attention. He's going to come over and talk to us now. We'll get him up here under the headset. Well, Coach Swarz, I tell you what, it started the third quarter, second half. 24-point lead. Kind of looked like it was going to go away, but your girls didn't quit today.
No, you know what? They went on a run there to start the third, and that's what I always tell them in the locker room is, I want us to strive for a better second half than we had the first half, and regardless, even if we played, the first half, I want us to come out and play even better. And that's what they usually do. But that being said, I told them, hey, we can't wait till the second half to start turning it on, right? We've got to come out and start that way, and then just maintain that the rest of the game. And if we do that and figure out how to do that, ball games will start looking a little different.
Look, I felt like Jill Miller, especially there in the second quarter, and Elizabeth Suter or in the third quarter, second half. Seemed to find a little confidence that I hadn't seen them play with really this year. I think that I don't know that you guys are the most skilled team, and I'm not saying that you're going to beat everybody.
Right.
But you guys could be in a lot more games and win more games. I feel like just confidence is a big factor for these girls.
For sure, and that's what I tell them. I don't care who we're suiting up against. I think we can hang with the team. Now, like you said, I don't think we can beat every team, but I think we can hang and make it a competitive game against some of these better schools. And like you said, Jill and Suter gaining a little more confidence. I've seen Suter drive more in this game and the last game than I've seen all year, and that's what I need out of her. And Jill cutting to the basket, getting it, around the free throw line, handling the ball, shooting it. That's what I need out of those players.
It'd be nice to shoot free throws a smidge better, though, probably, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would, and that's something, me as a coach, I've got to get better at, after every drill, shoot 10 free throws and count how many you make. And, that's just something I need to do a better job at of pounding on them at practice with.
Well, you guys don't have a Christmas tournament, do you?
We do. We start the 26th right after Christmas in Princeville. So we go.
Oh, that's right. You go up to Princeville.
Yeah, we've got 2 games a day for 3 days. And so it's a quick tournament, but it feels long because how
2 games a day is a lot, isn't it?
It is, and the way they do it, they have you play in the morning and then they have you play in the afternoon. So like our first game might be 10, and then our next game might be 3. So, there's a lot of downtime in between games, and figuring out how to stay fresh and be ready for that second game is an important thing.
Well, weather doesn't look good, so not going to have a whole lot of practice between now and then, probably, are you?
No, we plan on having practice 8 to 9:30 tomorrow, but I wake up early enough to where I'm going to have to go outside and kind of check it out because I know it's not supposed to be pretty. I know it's supposed to be pretty bad, so we've already got Friday canceled, so tomorrow's just kind of up in the air for right now.
Well, hopefully everything's cleared up. I got to go to Tulsa next week, so I just want the roads to be cleared by Monday. That's really all I care about.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it does that because I was looking at the weather, and Sunday is kind of like the last worst day of the days. So
great Sunday traveling weather.
Yeah.
Christmas traveling break is going to be fantastic.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, well, Coach, I won't keep you too much longer. Anything you saw in the game that didn't bring up?
No, I'm proud of my girls, playing hard and playing every game, and that's what I tell them. They can't be that team that comes out one night and scores only 15 and then comes out the next night and scores 49. We're a team that can score 40 points every game, and like we talked about, we just have to have that confidence and believe that we can hang with teams, because if they have the confidence that I have in them, the world. The world is our oyster. We'll do a lot better things, and we'll just look like we're a team that can handle other good teams.
All right, Coach. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. Sorry it took a little longer. Grab Coach Dugan there.
Hey, that's all right.
And I will see you after the first of the year.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for everything.
Okay. Coach Swartz talking to us on the postgame show. So that'll do it for today. Final 64-46. BPC falls to A-Town by 18. So for Tegan Perry, who did a phenomenal job on the camera as usual, I'm Dwayne Hulett. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you again after the first of the year.